What's going on, y'all? This Project X. Some of y'all know me for working with people like Future, NLE Choppa, Wiz Khalifa, Babyface Ray, Lay Banks, Made in Tokyo, Uno the Activist. I could just keep going, you know what I'm saying? But I just woke up not too long ago and I've been wanting to do this video for a minute. I'm gonna show y'all exactly how to be able to make your first $1,000 to $10,000 as a music producer. And this is the real way. This is not no bullshit. You can literally start today, but it really just all comes down to you. And you can't be lazy with this shit. You know, it's not no money out there that's easy to make. I'm just trying to give y'all the sauce, really. There's gonna be some people that watch this video that are just like, I don't want to do this shit, this and that. And those are the people that are still gonna be broke. As a producer, you can't expect to just be able to sell beats off the rip when nobody knows you. You don't have any credentials, any placements. Until you're able to just start creating a buzz around your name, like it's gonna be really difficult selling beats online. This is something that I had to deal with on my own for a while and try to figure out on my own. I'm like, why aren't people buying beats? The whole time it's because you don't really got a buzz. Like, you don't got no placements, no nothing. So it's like, you can't expect somebody to come buy a beat off you when you don't got shit going on for your name. That's out the window. Like, beat selling shit, it's gonna be real tough. I see a lot of producers who burn a lot of bridges just trying to like argue with artists online about buying beats. Like, honestly, you're better off just giving the beats away for free, right? So how do you make money as a producer right now today? If you're a broke producer, you need to make money, you need to make ends meet. You have a goal set for yourself, whether it's $1,000, $10,000, but whatever it is, $500 a week, whatever it is, you know, this is really possible right now without having to get placements, advances, paid for your beats, whatever the case may be. So engineering and DJing, right? So, and I know some of y'all gonna watch this shit and be like, bro, I don't want to learn how to do that shit. I don't want to learn how to DJ, or I don't want to learn how to engineer this and that. Bro, you're just being lazy. Like, you got to make this shit your job. Like, if money doesn't come easy, bro, especially to those that are just like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. You've already been able to get yourself to learn how to use FL Studio or Ableton or whatever it is that you use to make beats. So it's like recording people, engineering, DJing, that shit is easy. That shit is second nature. You know what I'm saying? DJs, you can get paid up to like $200, $300, $400 a night DJing. You know what I'm saying? So, and all you're doing is spinning 2 BPMs and keys together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you already do that pretty much on FL. Or engineering, on the other hand, which is what I'm gonna kind of give y'all a little bit of a brief like introduction to today. That shit is like my bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you the amount of times engineering for people, or people booking studio time with me, like how many times that has gotten me out of tough situations financially. You know what I'm saying? So this is really important, and I'm really hoping that if you're somebody who's looking to really start getting paid off your music or being a producer, like, I really hope you take this video serious, and I'm gonna really like show y'all the real way. I'm gonna try to go into detail, not too much detail, because I don't want to like sit here and show you exactly how to do this and this and this and that, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how I, you know, go about things in the studio when, as far as engineering, taking clients every day. And I'm gonna show you how I use Pro Tools, and I'm gonna hook y'all up with a template for Pro Tools, because Pro Tools is what I mainly use, which I highly encourage y'all to, you know, take the time to learn. But for the most part, like, you can get Pro Tools, and on my template I use Waves plugins, right? So you need the Pro Tools, you need the Waves bundles, and that's all you need. You're golden, right? Then you get my template, you're golden. I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I use my template, how I record people, and how I've been able to make tens of thousands of dollars just recording people. I'm telling you, this is the real way. You know, I'm not bullshitting. You could start tomorrow or today and just start recording people, and you're gonna be solid. You're gonna have everything you need. Take it from me. But hey, times get hard too for us bigger producers, and you got to learn a little side hustle, like use your skill to just be able to keep that money coming in, because this placement money and shit like that, even if you do got a big record, you're not gonna get rich off it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the music money is real slow. So what's more consistent? You got artists who will come in and get beats for free off YouTube, literally pay the engineer a fuck ton of money just to record them on free beats off YouTube, right? So me personally, I'm one of them people where I just provide beats for free to all my clients, as long as they come and keep booking with me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep in mind, even if you charge people like $25 an hour, $30 an hour, $50 an hour, bro, you're already making damn near double off what you could have made off a regular job. And this is just off hitting record and dragging shit to the right place. And this is super important because I feel like more producers need to learn how to engineer, because once you develop that skill and training your ear for engineering, now you might be in a session with a bigger artist. The engineer's not there. They need an engineer, and it's like you hop on and you help them out and you do a decent job, and now they start fucking with you. Now you're able to get your own beats placed through that. You know what I'm saying? So this definitely like goes hand in hand with like real world situations as a producer. So I don't want to yap too much. I'm gonna set my laptop up screen recording so I can kind of show you a little bit, break everything down in my Pro Tools template. I'll have it for I have the link for the Pro Tools template down in the description. So yeah, just pay attention because this is very important. I promise you this is like the best way for you to make money right now as an unknown producer who can't sell beats. I promise you these artists will spend more money on an engineer than ever paying for a beat. I know some artists who don't even pay for beats. They just pay the engineer in the studio time. So why not take advantage of that money? That's free money pretty much. So I promise I'm gonna try to like dive in real quick, like all the basics when it comes to this template. As long as you got my template, you're good to go. Just follow what I do. I'm gonna make it very simple for you guys. Everything I got right now works perfectly for me and anybody that's looking to try to get money. Like, keep in mind, I only use Waves plugins, right? So all you need to get is the Waves bundle, which I know is probably like, I do it on a monthly basis, a subscription where you pay a small amount and you get any Waves bundle plugin for free pretty much. Like, that's better off than just paying them off and buying them in full and buying each separate plugin. Like, this is the Waves bundle is definitely worth it. The monthly subscription, I would say. I made sure that on my template I only use Waves plugins, and it works for me. Again, like, we're here looking to see how we could build our capital and save a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you do got to invest into things like Pro Tools and things like the Wave bundle to really just, because this is all a business, bro. Like, the second you start looking at this shit as a business and yourself as a business, that's when you're gonna start bringing in money. So if you're not investing into everything you need, you're not gonna be able to find a return on your income. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stop being lazy and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna just go through with this. Like, I promise you, this is gonna be the easiest way for you to actually start making thousands of dollars. And I'm not here to bullshit you. Like, this is literally what I do every day, and I've been able to make a killing off this shit, on top of all the like placements and like, you know, royalties and stuff like that. So here I got this client named Tav. He's a super dope local artist. I'll drop his link right here. Tav, he's a real dope artist. He's one of my favorite clients that I have come in the studio and come record. He's real talented. I picked one of the best songs that we worked on, I feel like, personally. Let's take a listen to the song that Tav did on my template, on my beat. But Tav really snapped on it. I love this record, and as you can tell, I got all this shit color coded. So the beat is green, the main vocals is yellow, and the ad-libs are purple, right? So let's just take a listen to the song and show you how dope it is so y'all know what to expect. This is the Project X template. It's gonna sound super dope, you know what I'm saying? You add what you want on top of it, take away whatever you want, but for the most part, this is what I use on every client, and I've been able to make thousands and tens of thousands of dollars just off this alone, this template alone. I've been using it for years. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it, like from the beginning. As soon as you load it up, you don't gotta tweak everything up. I'm gonna just really focus on the parts that you should like kind of tweak up, because you got to keep in mind every song and every artist is gonna be different. Some artists are gonna come in louder than others, quieter than others. So obviously you drag the beat up on this track, on the green track, and to change the BPM on Pro Tools, you just hit this plus. You see where it says tempo right here? You just hit this plus button right here, and then you'll be able to change the BPM, right? So obviously, before you even start recording, you got to go in, get the right pitch of the key, you know, the pitch of the song, put the key, make sure the key right. Then you kind of go in and drag them down using, I'm on a Mac, so I'll hold Option and kind of drag them down to all the, because these are all tracks, right? So these are the main tracks and these are the buses. Think of buses as like a master channel, right? Like when you make beats and you're kind of like putting everything to the right mixer, then you got the master channel in the beginning. So there's two buses, right? There's the main vocal, and I got them all color coded in with their names, main vocal bus, and then the ad-lib bus, right? So when you first start recording, you want to make sure you change the auto-tune, and I hope y'all keeping along because I'm gonna try to skim through this because it's really not a crazy tutorial. I'm not getting in depth as far as like how to actually use Pro Tools as a whole, but with this template you'll be able to move around, switch up what you need to switch up, and start making money now as an engineer and a producer. Make sure you have your mic armed, right? Boom, click this little red button to arm the mic, you know what I'm saying? So you're always gonna record in this first little track. This is the recording track, and then once you record, once you get your little input, you go ahead and drag what you like down to one of these two. Boom, Option. Once you get your key, Option down, boom, even drag them down to the ad-libs, you know what I'm saying? If it's like a more of a singy, a melodic type of artist, I'll leave the ad-libs like all the way on 0 for the auto-tune, but on the main, I'll kind of have it turned up a little bit as far as like less auto-tune. So once you start getting your shit like kind of like recordings coming through, one thing I really focus on is getting the compression right, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of producers are like, oh, I don't know how to compress. What difference does a compression make? Compressions are really important because I might be talking loud 1 second and then talking quiet the next line, and the compression pretty much matches the volume all together so it sounds flush. Here's the compressions that I really like, and you can kind of watch the way I have my shit set up, because when you load it up, they're gonna be all the way like up here. Like you gotta go in and tweak these up a little bit, but you can't really start tweaking them up until you start getting recordings coming in. So these are the 3 compressions I use. I use this one, right? Then I'll go in and use this one, and I'll kind of just like turn these down like a little bit so they're just kind of, I don't want to kind of talk while I'm like, hold on, I'll mute my mic. Some engineers might be like, oh, it's like compressing a little too much, but it really just depends on how the situation is, you know what I'm saying? If it just sounds better, like it needs a lot more compression, fuck it. If it needs just light compression, that's cool too. On this is the main compressor, right, that I use at the end of my buses. Like this is what's really gonna like bring everything louder, quieter, keep it like, it really just puts everything together. The CLA2A, I love this compressor. I stand by it all the time, you know what I'm saying? And it's really gonna, you could probably even get away with using like maybe 1 compressor before that and only using this, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, this is like way beyond just my template, Pro Tools or FL, whatever you usually record on. The CLA2A is really gonna bring everything together. So on the right one, I usually just push it up until it starts hitting like around like 10, like no over 10. And I know some engineers might be like, whoa, that's a little too much compression, this and that. It works for me, you know what I'm saying? And I've been able to make thousands of dollars and give people clean mixes and help artists create their best music that they've ever made, right? All you're focused on this compressor is kind of turning this up, the peak reduction, so you can see the levels kind of hitting that 10. And the left side is just turning the volume up, because once you put more compression, the volume goes down. So you got the gain to turn it up. I'll show you right now. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention, these right here, this is the reverb and this is delay, right? So everything has its own buses going to different reverbs and delay outputs. So if you want to turn up the reverb in your main vocal, you would just click this and just turn up the knob right here. Same thing with the delays. I'll show you right now an example. Yeah, so I usually like to leave that around like in between 5 and 10. I just feel like that's always been the sweet spot for the reverb I have set up. And the same thing with the delay, you know what I'm saying? I have the delay a little bit quieter. Obviously you don't want it delaying too crazy and overpowering. But like I said, all this shit is mostly set up. Like by the time this video is uploaded and ready to go, you'll see the link in the description for the template, and it'll be ready to go. Like all you really got to do is focus on changing the keys, putting the beat in, and just tweaking with the compressors a little bit, right? So I'm gonna show you how we do the ad-libs, right? I showed you a little bit of what the ad-libs sound like. So in order to get that effect, same thing, like make sure your auto-tune's ready, right? Get all your auto-tunes right. And then in this case though, these will all be here, by the way. This is the reverb. The only difference between the ad-lib track and the main track is that I have reverbs and like chorus effects put onto the ad-libs, right? Which will already be there unless you want to take them off yourself. Everything that you hear in this song is going to be ready to go in the template, right? So all these plugins are from Wave. So I use an Reverb. I got this shit set up the way I like it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of go in and turn the reverb up and down if you like. I like to leave it exactly where it's at, like 30 or under. So as you could tell, I have a little bit more ad-lib tracks just because people like to layer and do different types of ad-libs and whatnot. So I always like to leave a little few extra tracks ready. Yeah, I'll have all this shit ready for y'all. All you literally got to do is record people with the right key, drag and drop the good ones, and you're good to go. Like, this isn't going to be a whole in-depth like of how to like use Pro Tools, this and that. Like, this is just how you can start making money now as a producer off using this template, ready to go template on Pro Tools. I would always recommend just recording on Pro Tools. I just feel like it's a better workflow once you get more used to it, and it's the industry standard too, you know what I'm saying? So boom, when you do the ad-libs, you kind of record on this same track up here, then you drag them down, you know what I'm saying? And all this will be good to go. Like I said, the only difference though, look, you could even copy and paste the same, like everything, the same compressions that you tweaked up before, but on the last one, it's always gonna be a little bit more quieter than the main vocals, right? So as you see in the gain on the second, on the ad-lib track, it's a little turned down than on the mains, right? Because the ad-libs obviously are a little bit quieter than the main vocals, right? So that's all you really got to focus on. I got a little chorus effect here too to give it that like that cool sounding, raspy, distorted kind of effect. After that, say you finish through the song, right? You got everything put together, the main vocals, the ad-libs, everything sounds good. You're gonna realize that the song is kind of quiet overall, right? So you got to use a mixing plugin, like a master mix plugin, right? Like a limiter, pretty much. So I use this one. It's already set up. It'll be turned off when you load up the template. So before you bounce out the song or export the song, you got to make sure you turn it on. I like to leave it so it's like hitting like right like here, because if you turn it up too much, it's gonna start clipping. Like all that feedback you get right here, which I'm gonna show you in a second, it starts clipping. So you got to keep turning the threshold down until it hits like right about here. You know what I'm saying?
Losing me. I've been having nightmares every night. I swear I'm losing sleep. Man, I pray to God this nigga take me out my misery. I'm sedated. I ain't saying nothing.
So that way your song is gonna, cause some people will get songs from your engineers. If you an artist who like records with other engineers, sometimes you'll get a song that's just very quiet. You know what I'm saying? So this plugin right here, this master limiter, is like pretty much what just makes it loud enough to listen to. I mean, I don't want to keep talking your ear off and like get too in detail of like or what every little button does and all the shortcuts and stuff like that to figure out, because that's not what this tutorial is about. I'm just kind of here to show y'all like how important it is to, like, if you want to start making money as a producer today, you got to start learning how to use Pro Tools and stop being lazy, and just, it's very easy to use. I got the template already set up for y'all. So all you really need to do is just tweak up everything that I just showed you guys, the keys, the compressions, shit like that, like, and you're solid, bro. You'll have a solid recording coming through, good enough for you to charge 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 an hour if you'd like to, you know what I'm saying? So please don't skim through this video on some like, nah, I'm not gonna learn this shit, I'm a producer, not an engineer. Bro, like, just, you gotta get, you're not selling beats right now. Like, I feel like the most entitled producers are producers that don't make money off their fucking music at all. So it's like, if you're just looking to just stop working your job, quit your job, go music full time, this is how you do it. Learn how to record people, because you'd be surprised the amount of artists who don't want to pay for beats but will pay unlimited amount of money just to record every day. Keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying? Plus you got the DJing shit too, but that's a whole nother separate thing. But it's all music. The producing thing is by far the hardest thing to learn in music. Learning how to make beats, putting beats together, that's harder than learning how to DJ and learning how to engineer. Don't get me wrong, those things are difficult in their own way as well. I'm not making it seem like it's just easy as fuck, but when you come from a producer standpoint and you come from a producer background, it'll be way easier for you to learn all this shit, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, link in the description for the template, for the Pro Tools template, the Project X template. Yeah, bro, this is it. Maybe I'll do another tutorial down the line on how to actually like use Pro Tools and how to actually like all the key binds and stuff like that, shortcuts. And maybe I'll do like a live recording one time, like with one of my clients who'll come in that'll let me just record, like show y'all how I do it in real time. But this is just to kind of put it in y'all head, like, okay, like if you want to learn how to start making money, this is how you do it. This is the best way to do it. So I just want to provide y'all the information and the resources that y'all need to just be able to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And this is the best way to do it, man. Take it from me. Like, this is what I do every day. This is how I make a living. Tune into the Discord if you haven't already. More live streams on the way too, music critiques, stuff like that. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully I didn't mess anything crazy out or important. I think I broke down everything that you need to focus on as far as like loading up the template for the first time and recording. Yeah, we'll do other videos on breaking other things down, but for the most part, that's the gist of everything. And yeah, thank you so much.